Okay,
That is what
thou hast destroyed thyself. But they're saying, no, we haven't. We're good.
Yeah.
yeah, we're rich.
And
Yeah, we are where we should be. We are rich and prosperous, and we are our cattle are they're fat. See, we're good. Nothing wrong with us. And we did it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
mhm.
No thanks
And
to
God is
you.
saying all of your sin and folly that you have been boasting about, you're in a self-destructive mode.
But in me is thine help.
Yeah. Mercy.
Really? Because that's verse 9, and then verse 8 before that says, I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelp, and I will rend the cord of their heart, and there will I devour them like a lion. The wild beast shall tear them. But in me is thine help.
Yeah, God's still giving them a way out.
He's talking about the remnant.
God is saying,
That
I'm going to destroy you, but if you come to me, because remember, God has always said, if you come to me, I'll remember the covenant. So although this is your punishment, and this is what I will do to you, if you come to me, I'll remember the covenant. I'll be your help. That's what he's saying.
So what is verse 8 then?
That is
What do you
their
understand that is verse 8?
that is their way. That is what we call a recompense.
Yeah,
That is what they are. That's their wages. That's what they must. That's their due.
that's what they're deserving.
That's what they deserve. But God is
Okay.
saying, if you come to me in all of this, this is what you deserve. This is what I'm going to do to you if you don't turn.
Okay. But in me is thine help. Still, my hand is outstretched.
Exactly. I'll still help you.
But before we go down there, let's read 10.
All right. Listen, 10 said.
I will be thy king. Where is any other that may save thee and all thy cities? And thy judges of whom thou saidest, give me a king and princes.
Gone back from the time them asked Samuel for king.
But, but wait, you cannot divorce 9 from 10. You cannot divorce it from 8 either.
No, they read as one.
But so therefore, what is but in me is thine help. Because it says, I'm going to destroy you. You're going to be utterly destroyed.
You have destroyed yourself. But
In me is thine help. I will be thy king. But if you're destroyed, how can I be your king?
if I'm your help, if I help you, you won't be totally destroyed.
Okay. Let me tell you what I see here. I see Christ. But in me is thy help. It's a matter of when. I will be thy king. Isaiah speaks, and he says, a virgin shall give birth, right? And this is going to be the king.
So hold on. When you put the connection with Amos, then with the remnants, God is going to destroy Israel, except for 2 foot and a ears.
That's set aside.
And that's set aside. And then he says, I will be your king.
Yeah.
So it's for those who survive.
Yes.
Because Jesus did say, until you acknowledge me, I will not.
Yes.
So yeah.
Until you say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord.
I will not return.
You will not see me again until you say it.
Yeah.
But in me is thine help. I am your salvation.
And that's what Jesus said.
And
that's Jesus basically.
Exactement.
So this is Jesus speaking right here.
Yes.
And it's a continuation from verse 4 when he says, I am your savior.
Yes, that's what he's saying again.
So he's reiterating. He's saying, you're killing yourself, but I am still your savior.
When you kill yourself, what have you done?
You've committed suicide. You have committed suicide.
You have cut your own
destruction.
Soul. Yes, but in me is thine help. He didn't say, I am going to help you. He says, in me is thy help.
He's stating a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact, but it's a fact that you have to accept. In other words, I have the ability to help you, but you have to accept my sovereignty.
Yeah.
You have to accept
me. Yeah.
Yes.
Which
if
means
you do not accept my help and subject yourself to my help, then it won't be offered. It won't be given. It will be offered but not given.
Yeah. And for them to subject, they have to accept verse 4.
Yes. I can offer but not give. Because
I am your help. But you have to acknowledge, blessed is he.
I want to differentiate between offer and give, because people think it's the same thing. It's not. I can offer you a drink of water,
But I don't have
but
to
I
give it
don't
to you.
have to give it to you, even though I've offered it,
Yep.
until you say thank you or until you have paid for it.
Yep.
I can offer you many things. I can offer things for sale. I can offer things for free. But until you stretch your hand out to
And
receive it
take it. You have to
and take
take
it,
it.
I will not give it to you. You cannot grab it and run away with it, because at that time you're stealing it.
You're stealing.
An offer has to be handed over, not grabbed and run away with. It's like,
So
oh,
God is
you have,
offering, but
think
they have
about
a
it. If you have,
choice.
one second. If you have a table with 3 bottles of water, okay, and you're handing them out to people. You're giving them out. People come in a line and you give
Mhm.
them and you give them, and somebody comes and grabs one off the table and dashes out the road. Have you offered it to them?
No.
Yes, you have. But did you give it to them?
No.
Oh, because
No.
it is there and they can take it, it's an offer.
No, 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 no.
Oh.
I can offer you things and you still steal it. You see, look, when I offer you something,
Mm-hmm.
I have to hand it to you when you accept it.
So I have to give it to you.
There is a transaction.
I
Yeah,
offer, you extend, and I give it to you.
and then you receive. When you come in and you grab it and run away, it's called stealing.
Because although it's offered, I didn't give it.
Exactly.
The offer
Even
is on
though
the
I
table, but I
offer,
never gave it.
yeah, because there may be conditions to the offer.
Yeah,
The offer may be conditional. The
yeah.
offer often is conditional.
And God
Except
does put a condition to his offer.
Exactamo.
there were a sign that was saying help yourself. Yeah. But here there's no sign say help yourself.
It's conditional.
So
You
there's
have
a
to submit.
condition.
I will be thy king.
Here is it.
I will
Yep.
be your king.
Here's the condition.
Yeah.
Yep, you have to accept me.
You have to accept me
Where?
that I am the Lord thy God who brought you out of
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yep, yep. Where is any other that can save thee in thy city? Show me the other God that can save you. Show them. This is what God is saying. Okay, show that person to me. But let us step back here. Step back. What we have to determine is at what point is God speaking? Is he speaking after Jeroboam? Certainly. Is he speaking after Jehu? Remember where we started with Hosea? Remember what Hosea 1 said? Let's go back to Hosea 1 so we can see exactly what the time frame is. The word of the Lord that came unto Hosea, the son of Beri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, not Jeroboam, the son of Naboth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel. So this is Jeroboam 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Ahab has gone already.
Yeah.
So Elijah has already come.
Yeah.
The fire came down from heaven, burned up the
God.
offering, and all of that already, right?
Right.
So therefore, God is saying he's already demonstrated that he is the only God, but still you persist. So he's asking the question again. Tell me, look around you. Is there any other who can save you?
Yeah.
In Deuteronomy 32, verse 38, him asks the same question in a different way. Which did eat the fat of their sacrifices and drink the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you and be your protection.
Yeah,
That's sarcasm right there, so.
but not unusual. It's the
And
same
what was that?
that
What was
was
that
said.
book, Sarah?
Deuteronomy 32, verse 38.
Elijah had the same thing. Your God is perhaps sleeping. Shout
Wake him
louder.
up. Yeah.
Wake him up. He's probably gone on a journey. He's gone on a journey and he has not come back yet. Send somebody to tell him.
Ring the bell
So,
louder.
yeah. So God is basically continuing the same thing. He's saying, look around you. Do you see anybody to help you? Tell me who you have there that will be able to save you from me. That's the point, Who will be able to help you, to save you from me because I am coming to rip you apart.
Yeah.
This is the point. You
Who's
just
going to
said it.
save you from all of what me tell us I'm going to do?
Who is going to save you? The only person who can save you from me is me.
It's me.
Right?
The only help
You
you
had
have
better,
is me.
yeah. You had better do something to change my mind. This is what is going on here.
This is
You
the
had
only
better
mind
give
that is
me a
important.
reason to change my mind. Other than that, your goose is cooked.
That not even cooked. It bought up.
Right?
Cause that's
Yeah.
turned hash.
So where is any other? Any other what? God.
He said any other
Or
God
king,
or any
any
king,
other God, any other king, any other person, any other deity, any other anything,
anybody.
anybody of any sort, type, or favor that can save you
Because
from
God go back, because I'm looking at this, and God is talking, went all the way back to Samuel time when Solomon became when Saul was the first king. Give me a king. And that was from way back when. So God said, even from all your kings, all the kings you had, and all the judges you had before that. So he's telling them, you had all these kings. When you, but then here is the funny thing. I'm looking at verse chapter 3, where God was, which reiterate when God says, I am the God who, I'm the Lord thy God who took you out of the land of Egypt. In chapter 3, verse 4 and verse 4, God says, for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king and without a prince and without sacrifice. You know, I should go from verse 3. Let me go from verse 3. For I said unto her, thou shalt abide for me many days. Thou shalt not play the harlot, and thou shalt not be for another man. So I will be for thee. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
in the latter
In
day.
the latter days.
So we get what God is saying here. All of this that he will be their king is not for right now. It's in
It's
the
in the
latter
latter
day
days
when they will search for and serve their king David, that is of the line and the house of
of
David.
David. This is
We
Jesus they're
know who
talking
that
about.
is. Exactly.
This is talking
So
about Christ.
let me read verse 10 from the Hebrew. I will be your king. Where is any other that he may save you in all your cities and your judges? To whom you said, give me a king and prince.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is you who said to your judges, because they were judges.
Yeah. Samuel was a judge. Yep.
Not only Samuel, Samson was supposed to have been a judge.
Yeah. All of
They
those were
had the judges.
Deborah and the rest of them. Yep.
They had judges, they didn't have kings. And the thing about it, the judges were not one person. There were several persons who were
Mm-hmm.
judges. And so they had a balance, and these people would have to hear from God. They would have
Yeah.
to
But
rely
they
on God
themselves.
to give them the pronouncements, and they would be listening to the prophets. And
Mm-hmm.
so the judges were more likely to keep the people in check because
But
no one judge could make a pronouncement that overruled everybody in Israel
like a king would do.
like a king would do. But you said you wanted a centralized authority. You wanted one guy to
But
represent
even
you.
then, the judges never kept them in line either. The judges sinned too.
Yeah, but look, nobody is perfect, and they were never. But the judges were not at least abiding with the false gods and the
Yeah. And the
epoch,
nation didn't depict, wasn't
right, the nation
dependent
that
on the
completely
king.
devolves into idol worship,
Yeah.
right? But that being said, the word for king in Hebrew, right,
Hmm.
is, let me find it, king, is Mekle,
Which
which
means,
means a representative. It's supposed to be a person who is reflecting of God's authority.
Mm-hmm. He's
This
representing
was
the
supposed to be
kingdom.
like almost like a chief priest, but without the priestly trappings to go to the temple. But he was supposed to be someone like Moses. This is
Mm-hmm.
what this is what it was supposed to be like. The
Mm-hmm.
person was supposed to be the leader, much like Moses was, in terms of he would communicate with the Lord and pass the Lord's communication on the people.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be having a direct line to the Lord.
Okay.
This is not what happened. This is why David was so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moses would have been the best thing to a king that they ever had. And this is what they
Right.
were looking at. Oh, Moses led us, Joshua led us. And Joshua was the king, but he did everything that the king should have done. And he was a nice man. And yeah.
Yeah. And after Joshua, they had the judges. They had no one man after that.
So they wanted a king,
In First Samuel,
Melech.
yeah. First Samuel chapter 8, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me,
Me.
that
That's
I
the
should not be
difference.
another. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because
So
Samuel was representing God. He was God's
Mm-hmm.
emissary on earth, God's representative on earth. And when they don't, if I am from a country and I come to your country and you reject me, it's not me you're rejecting my country, whom I represent. You're kicking me out, which means you're kicking my country out.
yeah, but it was a little bit more than that. God had been the head of Israel for years,
From the time he
guiding
take them out of Egypt.
exactly, guiding them, giving them the laws, codifying the laws, giving Moses the instructions, providing them with food, providing them with water. No,
Hmm.
Joshua taking them into the land, doing all of these captures, taking over the properties that they were supposed to take. Then came the judges. They were doing their thing, fighting and putting the Canaanites out of the land and blah 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 blah. No, God has been there all this time, directing the nation.
Right.
So, because they have settled in the land, they are looking at the other people around them. It's not that God wasn't guiding them right or guiding them, but they want to be like the other people.
Hmm.
This
Yeah.
was
They want to be
we
like
want to be accepted amongst the tribe, the various
the
nations,
nations.
right? We want to be like the other nations. We want a king. And God said, but I'm your king. Yeah, but we can't see you. And we're afraid of you to begin with, right? We're
Yeah.
afraid of you. So we want a king.
We want a physical king.
And God was hurt.
Of course.
He said, they have not rejected you. They love you. They just don't love me.
How can you love the calf and not the
No, 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 no. Don't forget the calf and the cow.
no,
You
figuratively
don't,
speaking. How can you love
yeah.
Samuel and don't love who he represents?
Well, they rejected the Lord and kept Samuel. They still expected Samuel to communicate with the Lord. But in terms of giving them directives, they would then. You see, the difficulty is if God is not your king, you don't have to take directives from him.
True.
If you have a political system where your decision making machinery resides in a man, then you take directives from him and you don't now default to the Lord God of hosts.
So God is no longer their king. Him probably just they probably and then after that they never ever see him as the priest
As
either.
their God. Yes. Because the way Israel was set up, God was never just an arbitrary figure sitting somewhere out there. God was a part of the nation. And God said, I
Active.
walk amongst you.
I
He
hold you
was
by the
active
hand.
in there. You could
Yes.
see his works, his hand on everything.
But not just that, his presence was in the temple. You could go
Hmm.
into the temple and see the cloud and the smoke and all of this, and you would know,
And he
you would
was there.
know that he was there.
Yeah.
But all of this never impressed them after a while. You see, the way I look at it is familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah, they got used to it.
Familiarity brings contempt. And this is what is going on with the church too. We all just treat God as we like a brethren or a friend.
We're fat.
We don't see God as the creator, the one who can destroy or to create or to reprimand or to restore. We don't think we see him as our friend.
It's like you have a little
Jackie,
pet.
I like what you said in the beginning, where you said Israel settled. And after they settled, they rejected God. When you look at the present day church, the present day churches are contented. Those that live in nations where they are being persecuted, they remember God.
They can't afford to forget God.
Exactly. But here in America and in Europe, where they are settled and contented without any provocation, they are like Israel. We have
Okay.
taken God for granted, and we want money, we want this, we want everything else except God.
But the church did the same thing when they put the Pope in power. Think about it for a minute.
Yes.
When they had the meeting, right, in Rome, and they all decided that they were going to put one dude
As the Pope, yeah.
as the Pope who represented Christ. It's the same striking thing
The
they did
same thing
again.
they did, yep. They rejected God again and put a Pope
And
instead.
took the Pope.
Yep, same thing. Because the Pope is even stronger than a king. He has more power than a king.
And he is doing all sort of tripe, and he's always that position as it has been doing the same thing as Jeroboam. They've
Yep,
done the Jeroboam
everything the
thing
same way.
over again, and they
Modern
don't.
day Jeroboam.
It's not modern. It's been from 70 AD going up. They have done the same thing as Israel did. They have put a Jeroboam there,
That's
and
why I
he's
said it's
taking them
modern
down.
day.
Yeah, they have taken them down a path that they have not yet recovered from.
Yep.
This the same thing. And we look at it at the Jews and the Israelites say, oh, they are stiff-necked. Really?
But we are the same.
They're the only ones?
We are doing the same thing.
No,
Oh,
I'm not putting
no,
myself in that book.
correction. When you look at the Anglicans and you look at the Methodists, they are just variations of Catholics. They still have their statues and their this and their that same way. And they
The
still
point
have
is,
one big leader.
they have abandoned God and accepted human knowledge and
Yep.
guidance. This is
God
what
tell
God
you
is doing.
already that you man don't have no knowledge. They're stupid.
So let's go back to 10.
You know what just hit me, Jackie? There is a verse in Proverbs that says, it will be better for a bear to tear you up than for you to follow a fool.
Well,
Isn't that what's happening? Wasn't that what was
well,
happening?
was fool for a while. And all of the 19 kings in Israel, not a one of them, not one kept God's rules or the
Yeah. They
covenant.
all
Not
followed
one.
fools. And
They all
so
followed the supreme fool, Jeroboam.
they followed the fool. And
Right?
so it's better that they die. Proverbs come
So,
true.
huh? So God is going back and it says, and thy judges to whom you said, give me a king and princes? He's asking, what about these? You remember that? Do you
Yeah.
remember when you asked for a king? I gave you a king in my anger and took him away in my wrath.
Mhm.
What is God saying? He made a mistake?
No, God don't make mistake.
So therefore, what is he saying? I gave their king in my anger.
He was not happy with the people wanting a physical king, but he still gave it to them. It was not his. It was not. It hurt him. He
Yeah, but
felt.
why anger and wrath? I gave you in my anger and then took him away in my wrath.
Yeah,
Wrath
because
is wrath is normal judgment. When God is in his wrath, that's judgment time.
yeah, because he knew that it wouldn't work out. To me, is that he knew it was not going to work. He was upset to start with that decision because he knew it would end up so it upset even more. It's like you allowed something to happen and you know that is gonna go bad.
Here is
Yeah.
Matthew 18. Matthew 18, verse 9. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Again. Truly, I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
The judges ask, the people demand. Think God has changed his mind? This is a
Acknowledge
new
what the
thing.
people did.
Well, this is not a new rule that Jesus just come out of the blue and just put down there. No.
That's what happened in Egypt. They were
That's right.
crying, and God heard.
So, not everything that God does for you is to your benefit because you ask for it and you got it. It's up to you to manage it. You wanted it. It's like a parent say, you have a child, and the child says,
Want a pet?
I want a dog.
Yeah.
The parent said, if you get a dog, you're going to have to walk it, feed it,
Clean him up, feed him.
take care of it, the dog, and it doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, it's raining, you're going to have to walk behind this dog and take up everything that the dog puts down in the park, and you're going to have to deal with it. Okay, I want the dog, I will do it. Okay, parent buy the dog. By the second week, the novelty wears off.
Of course.
And the parent is there saying, oh, no. You asked for this dog. It's your dog. You deal with it.
Yep.
I didn't
Even when
want
you're
the
the
dog.
one with.
You do. And now the child feels that he's being punished because this dog is now strung around
Carrying
his
him
neck like
foot.
a
But time foot.
He has to come home in the days from wherever he's at to feed the dog. It's raining, he got to walk the damn dog. It's snowing, he got to walk the
Still
dog
got to do.
and pick up the poop. No, this is what you asked for, and you got it.
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Live with it. You're cleaning up the poop, but it's not my poop. It's you wanted it.
You wanted
not
it.
Mine.
Don't think I'm going to clean that poop for you. You wanted this dog.
You clean up.
Jesus saying, whatever, it says again, that if two of you on earth agree about anything, you demand you wanted this is what the people want. Okay, here you go. Let's see what's going to happen.
You know, funny enough, Jackie,
yes.
The anything is the catch.
Anything.
The anything.
People tell you, you have to ask within God's will. That's not what Jesus said.
No.
Yes.
If you don't agree, that's going to happen.
Yes, if you ask together and you demand it, you're going to get it. But know ye that
the consequences of your action.
Yep.
If it's outside of God's will, the consequences go with it.
We must not be spoiled child. We have to humble ourselves and serve the Lord.
Yes. And wait upon the Lord.
Yes, he's our king.
But Jesus said, no, he will provide all your needs. So if God is providing all your, this asking is not for the things you need. It's for the things you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If God has provided you with all that you need, okay? Jesus was saying he feeds the birds, he clothes the plant. How much more valuable are you than birds?
So the anything is what we want. God give you the need.
Want. It's not your need, it's what you want.
It's what you want.
Yeah. Agree, you will get it. But guess what?
So you never needed a king. You just wanted a king. Everybody else had it.
Man can't agree. Man cannot be at peace. They always have to disagree. So
yeah, but when we agree, God hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it either come with blessings or recompense.
Everything comes with recompense.
Well, yeah, that's true. Blessings are recompense. Yeah, blessings are recompense. That's your wages. Everything comes with a wage.
You get paid for it. So
you get paid for it. Whether it's a good wage or a negative one, you get wages.
Yeah, you wanted this king. I didn't want this king. You did, and you got this king. And now you have to bear the consequences of that.
Of my wrath.
No, not my wrath. You have to bear the consequences of your demand.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the thing. It is you who have done this to yourself. This is what look at it. It says
self-destruction.
You have destroyed yourself.
Yeah. From the day they took a king, They were traveling down that path.
Exactly. From the moment you rejected me and took a king, you were on the path of
You're on the
destruction.
path of destruction. David was your saving grace.
You put the rope around your own neck.
And jumped.
David was your only saving grace. And because of David, the
Okay.
line of David is where your savior will come from.
So you weren't the king. I didn't want you to get a king. I was your king. Remember, I was there all this time. I was guiding you. You never needed a king. I was in your presence. I was in the temple. I roared from Zion. I was telling you, come back to da 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 da. And you insisted you wanted a king. Okay, here's you. Okay, here's a king. Now let's see what could happen.
So
Next,
God gave them their heart's desire.
the desire. And then they messed it.
But this is how you do it now. I give you your heart's desire, and in getting your heart's desire, you condemn yourself.
Pretty much.
Me still stuck on the fact that how it hurt God when them asked for that. That is a first denial.
But they did it to Jesus. Remember, they rejected Jesus from the day Jesus born.
To his own, and his own received
Him not. They rejected him when he was born. They wanted to kill him then. He had to run for his life. And when he was old enough, they wanted to kill him all throughout his life. So it's not the first time they reject him.
It's a common practice.
And that's why he says, I'm not coming back until you acknowledge me.
Not coming back until, but he will come back. And you better be
But he did say when. He said after they acknowledge him. So Israel rejected him, and until Israel acknowledge him,
as
they're
king.
in self-destruction mode. They are condemning themselves. Up till now, they are still in self-destruction mode.
They are still
more
feeling,
than ever.
But as the first verse says, they still feel that they are in perfectly good shape.
Exactly, and the Jews feel so right now.
That's the point. But this is the don't change. They are still thinking.
They're still exalting themselves.
Exalting themselves, even now.
Even now.
We ask, Lord, that as we have interpreted